Oh, hi, Skye. Boom. Hello. How are you?
Good.
Excellent. Hello out there. Welcome to Chillin Tuesday. On this day, it's the 14th of March 2023.
That's it.
Yeah, chillin' on a Tuesday. Well, let's begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we broadcast, Kamilaroi, and the band by people, and the traditional custodians right across this place now called Australia, to acknowledge the continuing connection to the land of the elders past, present and emerging, and acknowledge sovereignty's never been ceded and a treaty's what's wanted. And today, well, I've got chosen a whole bunch of these little pamphlet poets based around this area of New South Wales, which has come to be called New England, but it's nothing like England. No, but it's cold.
Yeah.
Sometimes it rains. Looks nothing like England. No. So I'm going to be reading. Well, this guy's still alive, and he's my friend on Facebook. So Duncan Williams, favourite poems of Duncan Williams, 1991 to 2021. Then I've got Beyond Moonbee Range. Now Moonbee's very special for me because it's the home of the big chook.
Okay.
Yeah. Now there's a couple of times I've climbed up on top and mounted the big chook because I'm the year of the rooster. That's yeah. So
you need to go mounting chooks.
yeah, absolutely. And when there's big stuff around, I'm there. Yeah. Mount Kosciuszko, the big banana, big pineapple, big avocado, big cane toe, big chook in Moonbee. But they grow a lot of eggs in things there, in sheds. I don't know if they're in sheds anymore, but it stinks. But apparently when the wind blows up the hill, like from the Moonbee Range, and if the chooks have got the flu, everyone in Armidale gets the flu.
Oh.
Don't know. It's an anecdotal, hearsay. Yeah. All right. So Beyond Moonbee Range by A.R. Dick Monley. Come back to Bundara. Now Bundara is about 30 k's that way, and Bundara's also got a rumbling mountain. Ooh. So this is Laura Cornock, and it's poems for the Red Cross Society in 1981. So, and then we've got a couple of Nan Grills and Myra Sweeney. The Old School, A Country Scene by Nan Grills, and For Love of New England by Myra Sweeney. Now tell me, what have you got tonight?
Yep, I've got a collection of poems by Poppy Sinclair, also known as Poppy Day.
She's popping.
With a couple of poems in here from her daughter, Sherry Sinclair.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with Duncan Williams. Before I do, I'd like to tell you about the bush dance coming up here on the 1st of April. The big, hairy bush dance band, yes. The 1st of April, it's no it's not, it's $15 for adults, it's $10 for children, and $45 for a family of 2 adults and 3 kids. And you can get your tickets on Eventbrite, Eventbrite. And then on the 25th of March, we've also got Fiore Musicale, the Armidale Chamber Orchestra, coming here with J.S. Bach's St. John Passion. So that's going to be fantastic. Right, so let's start with favourite poems of Duncan Williams. And I'm going to start not with the beginning one, but this was published in 2021, and he sent me this just after he published it. So big shout out. Hey Duncan. Buy Australian made.
Yeah.
But just buy local if you can. Yeah. Our pioneers from yesteryear were tough as bolt and nut and raised their loving families in their gracious bark slab hut. At times they faced some carnage from fire, flood and drought, but they battled on together, battled on and stuck it out. Carting water from the creek beds and mills and bores they sank, building stockyards and long fencing. For them we need to thank. In bushcraft and survival they taught us right from wrong and kept the days so busy as they truly got along. Building roads into the outback and rail lines across the land, the Opera House and Harbour Bridge is something really grand. They mended whips and saddles and spliced with twine and rope. They kept the ideas rolling for greater future hope. Ploughing days out in the paddock, sowing wheat for bread to eat, milking cows at early morning, well before the day was beat. Walking stock down to the markets, building homes for us to live, making bricks and carving sandstone, many thanks to them we give. Writing poems and songs in story about the land we know, so that future generations can learn about it, so keeping well and live the legacy of our veterans from the war, sacrifices that our fathers made in days and years before. They fought this land for freedom, in that there is no doubt. For pride of this great nation, we will never go without. Australian states and Commonwealth, through history that had been, still reign upon the monarch, Her Majesty the Queen. Keep the farms and factories opened and keep alive the trade. Just remember those kind people and buy Australian made. Yeah. And if I may be vocal, you should also buy local. I'll add to that. Yeah. Well, this is interesting. Now, the 3 times Australian Bush Poetry Champion, his name is Greg North. He's been here to the Australian Poetry Hall of Fame. He spends a fair bit of time up at Winton, which is not too far from where Banjo Patterson wrote Waltzing Matilda. And his name is Greg North, and he has a show at a pub in Winton called the North Gregory. He's Gregory North. Yeah, serious. Yeah. So anyway, he's a very talented poet. Yeah.
Cool.
I like him because he gave me like really high marks at the Banjo Patterson poetry competition. So yeah.
He's on the good list.
Yeah, he's on my good list. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Now, this is The Man of Many Hats by Duncan Williams. Now, the words of Banjo Patterson, with stories humour bold, like The Man from Snowy River, and other poems he told, it was often said that Banjo was a brilliant horseman too. You'll remember Salt Bush Bill and Clancy's visions true. I have heard them being recited by poets on the stage and felt such great enjoyment by this latest banjo rage. Gregory North, who hails from Lyndon, is an act that you should see, and is really now quite popular with his new age poetry. Of the 14 changing accents expressed in verse and theme, these poems by favourite authors are held in great esteem. The echo sound of Corrion to our Man from Snowy River, words penned by those old masters, Greg truly can deliver. You'll laugh till you're in stitches. He can really make the day with such a sense of humour. And talent too, I'd say. At the festivals round the country, as you travel back and forth, you'll enjoy the entertainment of our poet, Gregory North. So yeah, big shout out to Gregory North. They're a brilliant poet, and also Duncan Williams, so also another Aussie bush poet living. Legends here. And now Moonbee, beyond the Moonbee Range and the Big Chook. Yeah, beyond the Moonbee Range. Yeah. All right. The one I've chosen here, first of all, New England Fair, just because I'm focused. Most of the ones I've chosen tonight are about the different towns around the New England region here on Banby and Kamilaroi country and all the other First Nations that are around here. New England Fair by A.R. Monley, around circa 1981. They climbed the Moonbee Ranges by slow and painful toil to find the tablelands, green pastures and rich soil. This was a vast and pleasant land of gently rolling hills, of tall gum trees and waterfalls, where crystal waters spilled. Their homes they built along the creek and planted willow groves. They were enchanted here to find the pretty briar rose. Because it reminded them of home with frost and winter snow, they named it after England, where the lovely roses grow. Yeah, it's just like that. Just like that. All right. Now, so as we're here up in Guyra, the highest point pretty much on the New England Plateau. And so as you're going south, you've got Armidale down at 900 metres, we're at 1300. You go down to Uralla, then you're going down the range to Moonbee, Tamworth. All right, so yeah, Moonbee's just before. Now, once you get up to Armidale down here, which is about 40 k's that way, you got east of Armidale, is a place called Hillgrove. Now, Hillgrove's a gold mining town, and we've got a book over there by a poet, Molly McNutt, who's from Hillgrove. All right, well, this is Hillgrove. They stopped the gold mining, but they restarted. So there's gold mining in Hillgrove still. This is called Hillgrove's Gold. Once famous as a mining town of mineral wealth and gold, a place of rugged beauty, what tales it could have told. The old boom town grew quickly, rewards were rich and life was gay, but with decline hope vanished and the people drifted away. The streets are now deserted, all but a few have gone, but a new gold now reminds us of memories that linger on. A wealth of golden autumn leaves now carpet the streets each year to honour the courage of bygone days, falling softly in place of tears. Now Hillgrove is going again. So he was writing in 1981, decrying the decline of the mining in the town, apart from the leaves. And now it's back and it's happening again. So yeah, things change. 81, that's over 42 years ago. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. That's nearly as old as me. All right. Okay, so that's Dick Monley. Yeah. I don't know much about Dick. He's not. I couldn't find much about him anywhere in here, and I couldn't find anything about him online. It was copyright A.R. Monley. And it doesn't even have a publisher. Oh yeah, Armadale Express printed it, so he's got it printed himself. But he. All right, what have you got for us, Skye? Poppy.
Poppy. Okay. Right. Do the introduction? No.
Yeah, go on.
All right. These verses are many and varied. I've written at random and leisure. I've written in moments of sorrow and also in moments of pleasure. I send them forth with a prayer that a pleasure they may be, a blessing to some heart brings, if only a memory. If only one heart may be cheered, or the chords of one heart respond, it is something attempted, something done, to earn repose in the far beyond. Okay, so I'll start with the mountain filly. Never could they yard her, nor even turn her head towards the stockyard valley where the other horses fed. She'd turn towards the mountain, send the stones flying. No horse there could head her, as softly she kept neighing, like a challenge to the rider racing in the rear. She knew she could outpace him, though the stock she could hear. For many more had tried her, he's just another one. For when she'd reached the hillside, she knew that he'd be done. Then for the sheltered timbers, which gladly she could greet, stand and watch the beaten go, slowly in retreat. Now safe the mountains high, her home and refuge there. But the plains at times did call, for the grasses looked so fair. May a bridle bit me touch nor clink upon those teeth. May freedom be her glory, nor a girth go underneath. Those ribs that pant so eager, here's hoping she'll be let, her eyes to gaze so proudly on a colt that she'll beget.
A poem about a beautiful horse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That escaped.
Yeah. They need Clancy. Oh no. They need the man from Snowy River.
But oh no, they don't. She can be free.
Oh yeah.
So they don't break her soul.
They break her. Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh, she would end up in the Brumby cull. Do they have those wild Brumbies down where you are from in the Mount Beauty as well?
Yeah.
Do they cull them in Victoria?
Probably. Who knows? Probably. Loneliness.
Oh.
It's a bit lonely.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. Loneliness is my companion. It's with me night and day. It's nestled in my pillow, keeps sweet sleep away. Desolation is in its face, with staring hungry eyes. as though peering in the future with a whimpering, long-drawn cry. No matter where I turn, to the left or to the right, on a spring or summer day or a misty moonlit night, my companion grins at me with a sneer as though to say, it matters not where you go, I'm with you all the way. Loneliness is my companion, a skeleton following me, desolation or despair. What will the future be? The only friend, it seems, now left, and only hand for me to cling, is death, with fingers cold and bleached, a friend that peace will bring.
Wow. Here we are today in 2023. I don't think there's anyone who needs to be lonely because everyone I know has a smartphone, you see. So I could message you or you could message me.
True.
Yeah.
I feel like this might have been.
Oh, I know it's an old book.
Yeah, couple of poems that she might have wrote when in her older age.
Oh yeah.
Because there's one that comes.
No, I do get like
Yeah.
I do get loneliness because like I'm always looking for it. I want to be alone sometimes, like because I'm working here all day every day, and I've got people coming in and out, and like and then at night time I want to be alone so I can paint and write and write and write and write and write.
There's loneliness and there's alone.
Yeah, I know.
Which is different.
Yeah.
Alone is when you're appreciating your alone time.
Yeah.
Loneliness
is when you want someone to be with you to fill up your time. Yeah, you can't entertain yourself, I guess, but some people can't. So they watch poetry instead, or write poetry, Yeah, there you go. Just write poetry, and then you get over it, don't you? Yeah. And then 20 minutes later, you've got to go and do something because it's time to do something. Yeah. And you've just written a poem. What's next?
Do we want another sad one?
I don't know. I got one about gay fairies.
What? I'll do one. I'll do one by her daughter, Sherry Sinclair.
Okay.
Love and Butterflies. What a day to while away with love and butterflies, beside a stream with lover's dream and bright blue skies. What a breeze our hearts to tease, as soft as lovers' first kiss. Beneath the moon, too soon, we part with bliss. Why do we sigh when spring is nigh, and yearn for youth and love? Be it the breeze, humming bees, or blue skies above.
Cool.
It's
a cutie. Yeah. Now I'm gonna start with some Nan Grills.
Yeah.
So Nan Grills, also known as Kathleen Ann Grills. So that's Scruff there. He's I know him. He's on the front. She's a local here from Guyra area. And she got A Country Scene and The Old School and Other Poems. A little about Nan Grills. She spent most of her life in New England. During World War II, she began nursing at Armidale in the New England Hospital. In 1946, she married Abbott Grills and spent the next 30 years raising 12 children on a large sheep and cattle property east of Guyra. As you imagine, she's experienced both happy and harsh times. Nan began writing poetry as a hobby some years ago. An enthusiastic response from family and friends encouraged her to pursue her creative endeavours more actively. All right. So she ended up publishing 2 books. She's not with us anymore, but we've still got her poetry. Now we're going to start with this one here. I'm going to start with this one here, Storms, because I'm Thundercloud and I just do that kind of stuff. I like storms. I think they're friggin' awesome. Boom. Yeah. Storms. Shattering peace, the warning comes. Wild winds whip the waves up high. The roaring noise fills the sky. Does it? To the lashing of the rain and the clang of hail, the waves crash on the rocky shore, leaving behind a foaming trail. Blue streaks light the inky night, and thunder claps with resounding might, reaching a climax when power meets defeat. Then the rain tumbles down with renewed force, filling gutters and awash on the street. At last the moon peeps out, shedding light on the scene, and silence descends where havoc has been. Soon dawn will break and the world awake to a morning fresh and bright, dispelling the fears of a dark, stormy night. Whilst out on the pastures and woodlands, beyond the animals' shelter, they will soon move camp to race helter-skelter, where new grass is growing. It is God's way of showing how nature provides food for the creatures he wants to survive. Storms. Storms, yeah.
We
It
had a
is.
storm last night.
We did. Yeah. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was unreal. Yeah. And here we go. Oh, storm clouds. There's another one. Oh no, maybe I was going. All right, no, I'll just storm clouds. Why not? I watch them rise and grow, and like the turmoil in my heart. This doesn't exist. There's no turmoil in my heart. Turmoil. Turmoil. Is that like it's a relative of olive oil? I should start this one again. No. Yeah, I'll start again. Nan Grills. Storm clouds. I watch them rise and grow, and like the turmoil in my turmoil. Oh, try it again. Turmoil. Oh. Storm clouds, I watch them rise and grow, and like the turmoil in my heart, they multiply, piling upon one the other. Like a shroud, they curtain the sky, and finally, all trace of sunshine cover. The eerie stillness hangs like a shield, as though to protect all living things from a mighty force soon to pour with thunderous roar, and white streaks of brilliant light, a deluge on the parched earth. Those who dare to face the rain and hail and stinging wind must be well prepared, for only he whom duty calls would venture forth when heaven weeps in anguish to serve the earth's demanding cause. That's it. Okay. So that's Nan Grills, the old school and other poems. Yeah. Have you got another one for us?
Yeah.
All right.
The Butcher Bird. Chick-a-kick, my love, chick-a-kick, I'm singing all the day. In the sunshine or in showers, my song is bright and gay. Take a peep, my love, take a peep. I'm the songbird in the trees. I sing of summer's skies and cooling summer breeze. Chick-a-kick, my love, chick-a-kick. In the leaves where breezes blow, in the shadows of all the sunlight, my song first comes and goes. Take a take a tip, my friend, take a tip. Be doing what I do. Keep singing when there's shadows and when skies are also blue.
It's actually quite interesting. There are lots of poems that mention sky and storms, and people write about what's around them. Obviously, yeah. So that was about a butcher bird,
Yeah.
and it's called. You know what a bin chicken is? An ibis.
Ibis.
Yeah. Do they have them in Victoria?
Probably.
Yeah, they have them in Queensland.
Okay.
Definitely. Like they go around South Bank.
Yeah, I've heard of ibises.
But
In chicken.
they're kind of a bit unhealthy looking in Brisbane.
Okay.
But the ones out here,
Much healthier.
well, there's a couple because there's 3 types of ibis in Australia. Yeah. So this is about ibis on the wing, and well, have a listen because this I didn't know this, but I'm learning something right now.
Yeah.
Ibis on the wing. The ibis come to seek where grass and crops grow green, high above where wind-flecked clouds are floating and blue window panes of sky are seen. Flying in formation, they break and turn to form another pattern, like warplanes off to battle, another of the wonders of creation. As I idly watch them pass, I wonder how they communicate, for I have never heard an ibis calling to his mate. Yeah.
Do they not call?
Yes, I have heard an ibis.
have.
It's all like, it's sort of like a, yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
they do. Mm.
Okay.
They do make a noise. Yeah. Here we go. This is the one, right? So now, let's just remember the one. This was written in. No, it doesn't have a date. It should have a date. This was the second book or the first book. I'm not too sure, but it doesn't matter when it was written because it just doesn't. Here we go. Words and meanings. When I was just a tiny tot, my mother read me stories which used descriptive words like young and gay and pretty little fairies. Now, times have changed, so have words and meanings. Gay and fairy mean the same or nearly, and if you should dare to mention them, your child will say in shocked surprise, "Mother, really?" So perhaps these times in nursery rhymes, we had best leave out all the fairies.
But we like fairies.
I know. No.
And the queens.
Yeah, yes. And you're very gay tonight. So you're happy and gay. You should
Gay?
reclaim the word gay for being happy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, my butcher bird was gay.
Yeah. You can call me Gay James. Gay Thundercloud.
Gay Skye.
Gay Skye. Yeah,
Gay
why not?
Thundercloud in the sky.
All right. So I told you I had a one about gays, didn't I? And fairies, yeah. Have you got anything more, or you do?
Yeah.
You're very prepared tonight.
I am. I've got a couple from Claire Sinclair, which is her daughter.
cool. You can read the couple.
Yeah, because they obviously lived in Grafton, New South Wales. So, talking about this one's swaying jacarandas. It's jacaranda time in Grafton, where the Clarence River flows. Now's the time we hasten to chase away your woes. For the jacarandas blooming, their beauties everywhere, in the blossoms on the ground, once swinging in the air. A mass of bell-shaped blossoms covered with the dew, above the coloured flags, placed there to welcome you. There's many scenes in Grafton, but nothing can compare to the Jacaranda Avenue, nor our Market Square.
They're slippery.
Yeah.
Jacaranda flowers.
Oh,
Yeah, terribly slippery when they're wet. No, just because they get really thick and slippery, but they look beautiful in Queensland, like they say. If you because they come out in November. If you haven't started studying by the time the jacarandas come out or fall on your head, then you're going to fail. Apparently. Anyway, another one from Poppy's daughter.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Claire Sinclair.
Claire Sinclair. Like, who's going to call their daughter Claire Sinclair?
Sorry, Cheryl Sinclair.
Oh.
Sherry
Sinclair. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Sherry Sinclair. Sorry, Sherry.
Okay, no worries.
Dewdrops. Yeah. Again. Dewdrops. Dewdrops on the flowers, scattered over the lawn. Nature's own bright jewels come softly with the dawn. Magic little dewdrops with a beauty that is rare, now glistening on the leaves, came floating from the air. Richer than the jewels, dewdrops on the lawn, swiftly as they come, have vanished with the morn.
Lovely. Yeah. There's I don't know, these poems, they take you to that place. I find this, what's her name? Poppy and her daughter.
Yeah.
Poppy and
Claire.
Cherry.
Sherry Sinclair.
Sherry Sinclair, yeah. Wonder if she's related to Bob Sinclair. Maybe.
Well.
No, he's a French house musician.
Okay.
Oh, I'm Bob Sinclair. No. Okay. For Love of New England is by Myra Sweeney. And now this one's where I get into the real bones of like New England here. And we start. Well, I'm not going to do For Love of New England or the Snowflake Ballet. The Snowflake Ballet, is that like where weak people dance? No, let's do Gyra. Gyra. Let me try to paint a picture as I write the words of this song, of a place up in the mountains where I know that I belong. Have you ever been to Gyra? Yep. When the snow is on the ground? Yep. Have you ever watched the snowflakes falling softly all around? Yep. Have you ever seen the treetops all covered in shimmering white, much brighter than the sunlight, or the glittering stars at night? Have you watched the little lambs in the paddocks in the spring, or seen the golden wattle, or heard the robins sing? No. What robins? Oh, anyway. Have you ever smelled the freshness in the air at early morn? Have you heard the jackass laughing at the breaking of the dawn? Have you sat beside a log fire on a cold and dreary night and seen your dreams reflected in the embers growing night bright. The snow and sleet may fall and the wind blow cold outside, but it's the hearts of Gyra people that makes you feel warm inside. If you've only seen the bleakness that Gyra winter brings, then look a little closer and you'll see these lovely things. Yeah, no, actually the coldness of the winter is lovely up here. It is. And now, just over there, about 300 metres, we've got a lagoon. It's a suspended lagoon because it's up on top of the plateau, and we've got about 28 suspended lagoons, like in a row, all the way along the plateau up here. They're very unique. I'm probably guessing they might even, I don't know if they're natural or they were formed over by the local people before white people came or whatever. But Mother of Ducks Lagoon here is like right at the top, and so of the watershed. So from Mother of Ducks Lagoon up this end it flows west into the Guida, and up that end it flows east down to the coast. So it's actually right at the top. Yeah. And we've got about 7 catchments that all start in a big circle around Gyra. So so don't pee in the water in the creek up here, because otherwise you're going to pollute all the downstream people. Mother of Ducks Lagoon.
Oh, well, we won't be polluted.
No, there's nothing wrong with drinking your own wee anyway.
That's right.
Mother of Ducks Lagoon. As I wander sadly down by the old lagoon and watch the people playing golf on a Sunday afternoon, I think about the many times I've walked beneath the trees and watched the water rippling gently in the breeze. I've seen the ducks and water hens swimming quietly around, and the flocks of ibis settling gracefully on the ground. Way out upon the water, there was a lovely swan, its silhouette against the sky, a joy to look upon. The birds came in spring and made their nests among the reeds. There was plenty of food and water to satisfy their needs. As the birds dived underwater, I would watch in silent awe, the ripples spreading outwards in ever-widening circles to the shore. I've seen Lake Burley Griffin, the lovely man-made lake, but no matter where I roam or how long the road I take to see the beauties of my country, I think that I have always known there's nothing quite so beautiful as the old Mother of Ducks Lagoon. And what you're talking about here, the old Mother of Ducks Lagoon, because in 1988 it was sort of levied around a third of it to drain for the golf course. So it fundamentally changed the ecology of the whole lagoon. It is a very big unfortunate thing, and it'd be great if we could get it back, but whether or not the golf people want that back to happen, because they'd lose their golf course. Now, Tinga, you've been there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Was it open, the Wing Hing Long?
No. Mondays.
Okay, it's not open Monday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
If I got a day off.
Just Thursday.
No,
Okay.
Thursdays, Sundays, and...
So Tinga is an old tin mining town, and it's about 70 k's that way, nearly a turn Varel west of here, west northwest. And they've got a really cool old museum there, the Wing Hing Long Museum. All right, Tinga. On the western slopes of New England, where the bushland wakes at dawn, is a little town of Tinga. That's the place where I was born. It's the place where I grew up, where I knew true happiness, where my friends with I roamed through the rocky wilderness, where old Cope's Creek meanders through the town and countryside, where the earth is filled with riches and the lovely gemstones high, where the willows bend their branches toward the sun-warmed sand, and the daisies and the bluebell spread a carpet o'er the land, and the perfume of the wattle drifting on the evening breeze mingles with the scent of wildflowers growing there neath the trees, where the granite rocks adorn the landscape all around, and the bird song from the bushes fill the air with happy sound. The old creek bed holds memories of happy carefree days, walking barefoot on the sand, having fun in many ways, of tea tree gullies and old mine shafts, the places where we used to play, seeking sapphires in the dirt, treasures we found every day. The sound of raindrops falling on the old tin roof at night, and the smell of burning gum leaves from the bonfires burning bright. The silver sands of old Copes Creek where crystal waters run, sand castles full of memories, shining in the summer sun. Tinga. Yeah. So
where the cattle run free.
the cattle run free. They do too.
Oh gosh, amazing.
Yeah, I know. They've got like grates as you go into town, and you've just got to watch out for the cattle. Yeah, they do. It's a common because it's a mining town. Yeah. And you can go fossicking out there, and you can still find like gems and sapphires and stuff. Yeah. I know. So that was Myra Sweeney for the love of New England. Yeah. And you got any more or not? You don't have to.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah.
Mm.
Alright. Oh. Have a couple, yeah.
Mm.
A bunch of withered flowers. Just a bunch of withered flowers, dead these many years, but to my eyes they bring the hot and burning tears. Memories around them cling like sweet, innocent of their own incent. Should I start again?
Yeah. Mm.
Oh gosh, I'll start again, sorry. The bunch of withered flowers. Just a bunch of withered flowers, dead these many years, but to my eyes they bring the hot and burning tears. Memories around them cling like sweet incense of their own. I press them to my lips in memory, I am not alone. He crushed them to his breast as he said a bright good night. He left me smiling gladly and vanished from my sight. From my sight, but not my heart, for there he lingers still, while another whispered sweetly, love thee, yes, I will. Just a bunch of withered flowers, dead these many years, but no other love will ease this heart so full of tears. And precious are these, the glories of the sunset, and the river at its bend, the cooing of the pigeons, seem life and peace to blend.
What's wrong?
Oh, I had it. Now I lost it. Seem life and peace to blend. The ever-changing tide as colours come and go, mountains in the distance and rivers in its flow, the sunlight on the waters or moonlight on the town, the bending of the trees or stars that twinkle down, The singing of a bird midst foliage of the trees, a gentle hidden perfume waft on a breeze, the mist upon the mountains like gossamer erased. All these are scenes of beauty on the screen of life portrayed.
I like the descriptive language in that and all the visuals it creates. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I've got a book here called Come Back to Bandara, and it was produced for the Red Cross Society in where are we? I did have a. Oh my gosh, 1981. Yeah. For the centenary of the Grand Steel Bridge. There, yes. 100 years of the big bridge. Yeah. So, where is Bandara? That's the first one I'm going to do because, I'm not even going to explain because it's in the poem. Somebody asked, where is Bandara? Oh, came a vague reply. That is, I think, west of Gyra, about 30 miles as crows fly. Bandara's west of the Great Divide, those ranges running south to north, preventing rain on the eastern side to the water those inland towns of the north. Yes, it's hot and dry in the summertime and dry and cold in the winter. But this is a place where the people bide, living on naught but their labour. The wide main street is 3 blocks long. Top store, church, houses and police. The butcher, post office, hall and church, motor garage, cafe and auctioneer's office. Stores, the chemist, bank and baker, a shut-down theatre for movies, a second garage, new school by the river, and the commercial hotel with good bar for locals. The census counted 500 people who live on square block streets. There's another church up on the hill, sawmill, showground, racecourse and golf links. A red brick hospital built in the earlies is a haven for us and Inverell's oldies. There, matron tends her township's ills because doctor is visitor only. But the pride of this forgotten town is the bridge which crosses the Gwydir, built of steel with an arched span. It is as grand as the bridge on the harbour. No trains disturb this sleeping town, no roads of any importance bringing through traffic or transport frown, nor buses with outside tourists. Royal Mail contractors bring and take mails, rough and dusty, sometimes flooded roads, radiating out about 50 miles, so the district gets mail and bread loaves. Electricity now has come to light the streets and homes and halls and churches. Television too is a delight, which brings the ordinary humdrum life. Gardens are gay and water is laid, so amenities flow. As in cities, baths are to be built when the money is raised in the park. 'Twill be grand for the kiddies. CWA meets once a month in their own pretty house off the corner. Other interests too of worth keep the community busy and poorer. Folk meet for tennis on the church courts, church club, Red Cross, CWA, and the girls for a social game, 'tis thought. That's fun on a chilly, bright winter day. But Bundara is sidetracked, neglected by a world too far away. Young people say we are rejected because of no work or play. So our young men and women depart to the cities where jobs can be gained. Our oldies live for the past with memories of coaches and the team masters days. Bundara. I'd like to visit there. It's only 30 k's away.
Okay.
30 miles as the crows fly. So that's, it's longer in kilometres. It's about 50 kilometres.
So it's going towards Inverell?
Yeah, as the crows fly.
Yeah.
And now, there's also something very interesting about out that way. There is a rumbling mountain.
Yeah, okay.
Spring in the basin. This is a description story I wish to tell coming on the road into Bundara from Inverell. A distant mountain, hazy blue, can be seen looking east beyond the township screen. It's known as George's, the mountain that rumbles, the ground then is shaken and something tumbles. Green wooded, it is sited at the southern stage of a long tree-covered mountain range. At the base of the mountain is a wide, fine valley into which two creeks flow from higher up gullies. Sombre dark she oaks mark the line of Louisa, curving and winding as like some serpent creature. Meandering across this valley's centre, it is watered by mountains, Greys and Bowler. George's Creek runs around the foot of the mountain and joins with Louisa in this valley junction. Laura Creek flows at a more southern direction, lined by a screen of dark green she oaks again. It rises in the mother of Ducks Lagoon, Gyra. It flows into the valley from higher up gorges. Georges and Louisa, beyond their junction, are divided by Laura by a narrow woody backbone. They flow into the Guida on either side of the Bundara. Away to the west there's a blue mountain range looking from this valley where hills rounded by age surrounded this area, aptly named the Basin. George's Mountain is a sentinel, formidable guardian of this spring scene today, rain-washed and lovely, where old pear trees are dressed in white blossom glory. The Basin has a splendour of the season's caress, with a fresh dainty green for English willows dress. Some buildings are there nestled in under, sheltered and cosy, but a noise like thunder can rumble in that mountain, can boom without warning on a fine clear night or morning. First settlers who came to build in the valley, heard the great growl as from that monster's belly, and the earth shook in terror. They thought it came from within that George's, and before good rain. A geologist found a landfault further north, beyond the mountain, in the Louisa Creek Gorge. Deep in the earth's crust, a massive rock surface can move on another, making a shaking ground purpose. To rumble in the mountain, giving a warning of rains, because the movement can be triggered by climatic change. The Aboriginals of the area had a story told to a white man, which is now Bandara history. So yeah, come back to Bandara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to go there. Yeah, you too.
Check out Bandara.
Yeah, we will. Well, we're done.
Oh, there you go.
We're done. So that's it. We've been chilling on a Tuesday, reading a bit of poetry here at the Australian Poetry Hall of Fame. Hey, and now if you are a poet and you have poetry books you'd like to send us, you can send them to 144 Bradley Street, Guyra, or if you find books in op shops, poetry books, or if you have a collection of poetry books you want to donate, we are building up our Australian Poetry Library and Archive here at the Australian Poetry Hall of Fame, and we always appreciate donations of poetry books. So yeah, check out the description below. I'll put the address here, there, 144 Bradley Street, Guyra. You can send it to. All good. All right, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Wednesday Words here at the Australian Poetry Hall of Fame, open mic night. And if you're free, why don't you come and do some of your own poetry? Yeah, with me and Skye. See ya, bye.